Tonight, the city of Cincinnati held its first public hearing for the 2022 budget. Thanks so much for joining us. For WCPO 9 News at 11, I'm Tanya O'Rourke.
And I'm Craig McKee. The budget includes a $461 million general fund, and that's up nearly 11% from last year.
Reporter Marielle Carbone is at City Hall. She has more on this proposed budget.
Well, the budget, it is balanced, but it took $67 million from the American Rescue Plan to make it that way. Still, there could be a curveball that city leaders say would devastate the budget, and that is why all eyes are on the State House. It was the first chance for people to make their pitches for city dollars from the 2022 budget.
I'm asking you to include the DeWine in the city of Cincinnati budget.
The dollar amount is $4 million.
I urge you to include this $500,000 in the capital budget.
But an air of uncertainty loomed over the public hearing.
There's significant uncertainty in the short term regarding the extent of income taxes.
The earnings tax funds a majority of the city budget and can only be collected from people working in city limits. During the pandemic, Governor DeWine signed a bill to allow cities to collect the tax from people working remotely for city companies, but who live outside of city limits. That will lift, and if people don't return to work downtown, the tax revenue will be lost. Plus, the Ohio House and Senate are currently considering bills to require cities to refund out-of-city remote workers who were charged the tax under the governor's order.
Which, of course, will change our numbers dramatically.
It would be absolutely devastating for a city like Cincinnati that's so dependent on the earnings tax.
David Mann is chair of the Budget and Finance Committee.
It's not something we can control. If that happens, it's not like the money disappears the next day. We would have time to plan for it.
He says council has already started planning, using American Rescue dollars to fill the tax gap this year and next if needed.
One of the things that we did when we made estimates about how to use the stimulus money was to increase our contingency because of those issues.
And there are 2 more public hearings scheduled for next week. The budget has to be finalized and voted on by the end of this month. Reporting from City Hall, I'm Marielle Carbone, WCPO 9 News.